monkey is a lean, mean, blood-soaked machine from Osgood Perkins, aka the man behind Longlegs, the most hyped up horror movie we had in recent memory. This time around, he's cranked one of Stephen King's short stories into a full-blown movie, and for the first 2/3 of this film, I had a bloody good time.
So excited! So excited!
The first 2 acts are a blast, fast-paced, packed with hilarious jokes, and splattered with kills that had my whole theater chuckling and made me nervously checking their theater food for body parts. The plot? Simple. 2 twin brothers inherit a creepy wind-up monkey that randomly kills people. You know, classic family heirloom stuff. The twins when they're young are played by Christian Convery, and they couldn't be any more different. The main twin, that's mostly the main character of the story, is young. He's very shy and very nervous kid and not the most popular. The other one's foul-mouthed, cool kid that bullies his other brother, even though they're only 3 minutes separated apart by birth. And as you can imagine, that angst amongst the 2 of them creates a snowball effect that creates a decade-long spanning murder spree involving this haunting monkey. The movie does a solid job balancing absurdity with just enough emotional depth to keep things engaging. It highlights the family dysfunction in a ridiculous but never too heavy-handed way, and at just 1 hour and 40 minutes, monkey wastes 0 time, no bloated setup, no unnecessary fat. It sprints out of the gate like a possessed primate on a rampage, and that's exactly what makes it refreshing. A major highlight, the film's heightened reality that really pokes fun at the ridiculousness of life, like how funerals could be the most awkward thing in the world and kind of doesn't make any sense. Doing all this while keeping the kills and the jokes sharp. The way the deaths are set up, the way they build the tension, the way they build and build and build, the funny dialogue that's spruced in between that breaks your tension so you feel like you're safe, and then it catches you with a really great edit that kind of chops up the film in a way that feels like a funny sitcom, but in a theatrical sense, not like you're watching a TV show. And this all builds and builds and builds to a film that has some really good and great comedic moments throughout, which is a rarity in horror comedies these days. Then we hit the 3rd act. Let's start with what I like. The thrills get more thrilling, the movie gets funnier, and the gore and the kills get even more blood-soaked. The blood flows like a Tarantino fever dream, and everything that was set up in the trailer that we saw that felt bonkers is even funnier and more impactful with the added context and setup throughout the movie. Theo James, who plays the grown-up version of the twins, does a fantastic job of playing both characters and make them feel very distinct, and the way they deal with their traumas, act, talk, and look, you would feel like they're two different characters if they didn't look like each other. Hal, who's the kid that used to get bullied, was shy, now grown up, feels like he's cursed. Worried that the monkey is going to come back, he doesn't build any connections despite having a son, and he gets to see his son very rarely, and he tries to reconcile with his son before a certain event is going to happen, and unfortunately the monkey reappears, putting him and his son in danger. Now this is where the movie stumbles, especially in the 3rd act. It's emotional core. The movie wants to explore themes of death, trauma, emotional baggage that you get from your family, but the movie never goes deep enough for it to feel substantial. Final act slows down, trying to get sentimental, but the movie's groundwork is kind of shaky, so that part doesn't impact you as much as the gore does. It's like trying to serve a profound message on a plate overflowing with bloods and guts. It just gets lost in the mess. With that said, I still had an absolute blast with the monkey. If you're in for a movie that has some iconic kills, really accepts its ridiculous nature and dives deep into it, you're gonna have a really great time. My crowd was gasping, laughing, and chuckling throughout the movie and talking about everything that happened afterwards, which is rare. Usually people just get up and get out. I saw people in the lobby discussing all the different things that happened, and you know that's a sign of a good movie when you want to stop in the middle of the hallway and talk about the film. Yeah, the story isn't bad, just a little shallow, but everything else is so entertaining it keeps the movie swinging. So the final verdict, the movie is like a demented baby that was birthed by the Final Destination and Evil Dead, and I think that's a movie worth seeing in theaters just for the fun alone. So I'm gonna give The Monkey a C+. Question of the day is, what is your favorite horror comedy? Drop your answers down below and let me know, and you can check out this video right here.